Hello out there, my name once again is Felix Okeke. I am your marriage counselor and coach. And today on Marriage Without Tears channel, we are discussing a topic simply titled Jealousy and Suspicion in Marriage. Jealousy and suspicion in marriage. These two vices had caused a lot of pain and damage to so many wonderful families and so many wonderful couples. Marriages that could have stand the test of time had been damaged by these two vices. And it is necessary for us to discuss that because it comes into a marriage subtly, slowly. Before you discover it, it might have caused a lot of pain. So if you are a man or a woman in marriage and you are going through this kind of pressure, I want you to pay attention to some of the things I'm going to say here today. Very, very important indeed. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so immediately. There's a red button by my side. Click on it and get subscribed and be part of this wonderful journey. It will do you good. It will do your marriage good. What essentially is jealousy? Jealousy is an unguarded suspicion of a spouse. Somehow you discover that you are no longer, sure of the going out and the coming in of your spouse. You are no longer sure of some certain character or characteristics, some certain behaviors. When he or she comes back from work, you check the bag, you check the phone, you check everything. I know of a man that even checks his wife's undies to make sure that she didn't sleep outside. I know of so many couples who at every point, even when they are washing their husband's cars or they go in, they begin to check the car to know whether they can find any incriminating evidence, something like that. You are very suspicious. You just feel that somehow your husband or your wife might be very vulnerable to an outside influence. That is what jealousy can do. Jealousy can also come as a result of one being resentful upon a spouse because you perceive that maybe that spouse may be taking an undue advantage. It normally happens in a family perhaps where after marriage the man may tell his wife, please, I don't really want you to go outside there looking for work. Just stay in the house, take care of the babies. I will go out there and get something for us to take care of the home. And maybe after a few years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, you discover that the woman has become a mother and a total housewife. She's not earning an income from anywhere. And the man has been lifted up his career and he's making a lot of money and is more organized. And the woman has to beg him for every money, for everything that she spends in the house. At a point, the woman may become resentful. This man just asked me to bury my own certificates while he goes out there, taking care of himself. The woman may become resentful, and that's where jealousy creeps in. It can happen in the best of marriages if it is not checked. And of course, when we are talking of suspicion simply means suspecting someone without any credible evidence. And many spouses do it. Many wives and husbands do it. You suspect your wife, you suspect your husband, and there is no evidence. Or maybe just because of something you heard somewhere, you begin to suspect. And because of this suspicion, doubt creeps into your heart, and the glory of that marriage is destroyed. I want to tell you even tonight, please guard against the spirit of jealousy and suspicion. I have seen couples that possibly they don't have children, and at a point in time the woman may even begin to suspect the husband of having affairs, or the man may even begin to suspect the wife of having affairs. It happens every now and then. A marriage is supposed to be built on the foundation of trust, and when that trust is no longer there, there is a serious damage that is on the way. The marriage is already going through a serious turmoil. And I want you to guard against that. Jealousy is very destructive, very, very destructive indeed. Some time ago, I went to the hospital to check a man who actually had an accident with his wife. The wife was lying the other side and the man was lying the other side. What actually happened? The man was in a car driving, and he saw a young woman that was just about crossing the road, and instead of paying much attention to his driving, he took a look at the woman, not knowing that the wife was watching him. And immediately, the woman reacted, shouted on him, and then put her fingers on his face, and the man lost control of the steering. Your guess is as good as mine. They had a terrible accident. The car was badly damaged, and they found themselves lying in hospital. Thank God none of them sustained any terrible injury. But that is what jealousy can do. And I want you as a spouse out there, as a wife, as a husband, please guide your hearts and don't be consumed by suspicions, don't be consumed by jealousy. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so immediately. There's a red button by my side. Click on it and get subscribed immediately. Now, what are the things you can do to ensure that you don't become a jealousy-prone individual? You don't just become, supercharged by undue suspicions and begin to, subtly put spanners in the wheel of your marriage. What are the things you can do? First of all, build your own self-confidence. Build your own self-confidence. Be sure of yourself. Whatever it is that is making you to lose confidence in yourself, please check it out. If you don't have enough education, please go back to school. If you don't have enough financial resources, please look for something to do. But you must find a way of building your self-confidence to the level whereby you draw happiness first of all from yourself, not from your spouse. Be happy for yourself. Be happy the way you are. Be happy the way you look. Don't let your looks or your happiness be determined by your spouse. If you can do that to yourself, you discover that confidence will creep into you. And sometimes you are sure of yourself. You receive, there's this joy about you. And you don't allow your self-confidence to be undermined by somebody's behavior. It's very, very important. You must see that you restore your self-confidence, because it is lack of self-confidence that makes a man, a woman begin to feel, agitated, begin to feel suspicious of every move of the spouse. If I am sure of myself, I will not look at how any other person, I will not use any other person's language to check how I feel. So it's very, very important, please. The second thing you must do to take care of jealousy is also to ensure that you don't do those things that attract the suspicions of your spouse. Don't do those things. If you discover that anytime you come back from work late, that your wife or your husband is always suspicious of your movements, please, why don't you, first of all, tell him or her why you normally come back late. And let there be a verifiable proof why you normally come back late. And better still, why don't you try to come back early? It will make a whole lot of difference. If you are someone that is always talking in a way that brings down the courage of your spouse, I want you to watch your language, because some of the things you are saying may be misinterpreted and be taken, your spouse may take it for granted and may begin to suspect your every move. And then jealousy may creep in. It is very, very important that you check your tongue. You check your behavior. Very, very important indeed. The third thing you must do, if your associations, the people you are always around with, that happens to be your confidants, your best friends, if they are the kind of people that are sleazy, the kind of people that are suspicious, suspicious characters, please don't trade tackles, don't go near them. It is better you cut off. Because if your husband discovers that your best friend, a lady who happens to be your best friend, is somebody of a suspicious character, that possibly he doesn't like the way she moves, he doesn't like the kind of things she says, and she calls your attention to that, but instead of cutting off from that relationship, you glue together with that lady, then he may interpret it that birds of the same feather normally flock together, and it may raise his suspicion, it may raise the level of his jealousy. So watch the kind of people that are always around you. Is also very, very important indeed. And as you do so, please look at this red button once again. Click on this red button. Be part of this channel. I am pleading with you because your encouragement makes a lot of difference to me. When I see that you are being part of this, you are watching it, and you are loving it, and you are commenting, I learn a whole lot from your own comments, and I'm also quickened, I'm also edified by those comments, and I get encouraged by what we do. So please, click on this red button, get subscribed to this channel. And finally, jealousy is a vice that you must prayerfully attend to. How do you do that? You can go into prayers. Because these are vices. It's a spirit. It's a very bad spirit. When it enters a man or a woman, it can be very destructive. I have seen marriages spark and, marriages abandoned. I have seen couples divorce as a result of jealousy and suspicion. And after they have divorced, they discover that what they were suspicious about never even took place. Please, I want you to prayerfully ask God to remove the spirit of jealousy from you so that you can become a better person, a better man in marriage, a better woman in marriage, and then you will fulfill the call of God in your own marriage and in your own family to the glory of God. I thank you very well for being part of this production today. Please, the way I'm dressed, okay, it has been raining since morning here in the city of Abuja in Nigeria. Everywhere is chilled and cool and dark, and the weather is not very, very kind. So please forgive the white dress. That's why I am this way. That's why this project is coming a little bit dark. So, but I look forward to seeing you next week and have a wonderful time. God bless you and God bless your home. Thank you very much. Bye.